What's going on, guys? It's Addy here, and I'm going to be going over glyphs today for you in the Herosiege game. Now, before we hop into this, if you could, maybe throw a like on the video and maybe sub to the channel. Currently working on getting my first 1,000 subs to the channel. We're almost there. We just need a slight bit of a push, and you can help me get there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I hope you enjoy this video. Glyphs are a in-game system that you can apply to your board on your character and your hero levels. As you can see, we've got a glyph spot here, one here, there's another one over here, and another one over here. You can put up to 4 glyphs in there. You do have to travel for those points. And glyphs will provide you with different increases to your farming that will just make all of your farming better. It's just enhancements to your farming that just make you more money. There are many different glyphs that are available to you. One that I have here is All Father. This is just a level 1 that I placed in to show you how they work. So whenever you click on the node here, you can take it in, you can take it out, put it back in. Okay. And then each of the glyphs will have, if you see at the very top under where it says All Father, it says Glyph of Strength. That means that this scales off of strength nodes. Glyph of Angel is Vitality. It will scale off of Vitality node. So if I place this in right now, you can see that it's giving me at level 1 a 3.9% increased drop chance for angelic keys. But watch what happens when we unspec these strength nodes here. That is now 0.98%. The attributes that you have in range of this green box scale the glyphs a lot. So you always want to make sure you're getting your nodes here. But how do you get glyphs? Let me go ahead and take you over to a dungeon real quick and I can show you how to get glyphs. Alrighty, so here we are. This is the rat den. This is the very first dungeon in the game. And you see Lady Sonia is standing outside of this dungeon. When you have a key for the dungeon, in this case, it's going to be the smelly cheese key. You can talk to Sonia. She'll pull up a menu and you'll say, yes, please. It'll bring up a dungeon difficulty selector. You can use 1, 3, 6, or 12 keys. The glyph drop chance, the amount of essence incarnation, and then the magic find for the reward chest, as well as the life and difficulty of the monsters, will scale based on the number of keys that you put in. So you can see here, if I go from 1 key to 3 keys, it triples the number, and that will progress. So if you do a 12 key, it'll be this all of these numbers times 12 essentially. All right, let's go ahead and just run the 1 key. And then when I go in here, I'm going to be clearing out the entire thing. You have to kill every single monster to be able to access the chest at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, and that was the end of the dungeon there. As you saw, there was a chest here that opened up. If there was even a single mob left on this map, the chest would not open. The glyphs themselves, they will only drop in these key dungeons. So if you have not seen one, that's probably, and you've not been running key dungeons, that is why you have not seen one. The only place that you can actually obtain a glyph is going to be from monsters that are slain inside of key dungeons. If you see on my character, this number under my gold, that is going to be essentially the experience that you use for your glyphs. At the end of each dungeon, there is an altar of incarnation. You can take a glyph that you have equipped and just click it and it'll apply the experience to it. Or you could just grab one that you have in your inventory and place that in there and press upgrade. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to this All Father. It takes a little bit over 500,000, I believe, experience total to level a glyph from 1 to level 7, level 7 being the highest level. And as you level your glyphs, the effects of it will increase and get strong. For example, a level 1 angel has a 1% chance to proc on kill and give you 15% extra magic find. However, the levels of the glyphs are very, very important. Let me go ahead and pull up the Herosiege helper, which I will be linking in the pinned comment below. This is a great resource just in general for anybody playing Herosiege. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is our angel glyph. But let me go ahead and pull up the actual angel so you can see the real values here. His 1% proc chance for 15 magic find doesn't sound very exciting, does it? However, an unleveled angel that has all of the vitality and its wheel allocated has a 7% proc chance on kill to give you 105% magic find. And once you have it max level, it is a 35% chance to get 525 additional magic find on kill. And that's just an example of things that you can find. One of the very, very popular options for Inferno farmers right now is Garrus, because the merchant can sell pretty much anything you would want to buy. An unleveled Garrus gives you a 7% chance to see Garrus when you make a zone. A fully leveled gives you a 35% chance. As you can see, these numbers scale up incredibly. Now, there is one thing that you're going to need to be sure of, and that is going to be your quality number. So the number that you see is assuming you have a 100% quality glyph. The stats of the glyph, so that number right there, that's going to be multiplied against your quality number. So you see it says that this is at level 7 with 100%. So if you have a 90% chance, if you have a 90% quality angel, you would be getting 90% of this proc chance and 90% of this magic find. So you want a very high level quality glyph to level. Typically, you're probably not going to want to mess with anything that's super low. I don't think I would go under 80. And realistically, like 90 or 95 is really where you want to be. But of course, that's going to be up to what you can afford. Glyphs are very expensive for high rolls, especially if they're popular ones. Let me hop over to another character just so I can show you how expensive these things can actually get, and why it might be a good idea for you to do some key rotations and farm them, which I will explain in just a moment. Alrighty, so we are back in the trade league now, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up a couple of glyphs just so you can see just how good these things can be for you money-wise. A great way to farm both experience for your glyphs and to farm the glyphs themselves, since as I said earlier, they only farm in key dungeons, is to join a group doing a key rotation. To do a key rotation, you kind of just combine all of your keys and run all the dungeons. It's the most efficient way to farm out both your experience and your glyphs, because you're providing keys while also getting keys back, right? Keys are very expensive, especially if you need lots of them, and leveling glyphs is very expensive. For example, the Garrus glyph that I said was being used specifically by Inferno farmers, it is monstrously expensive. The cheapest Garrus glyph is 200,000 gold. Nobody's ever going to run that. Let's get into some numbers that you would actually want to see. So we're gonna look for like a 70 or an 80, and then we'll start from there just to show you the price. All right, there we go. 71, 5 million gold. 75, 14.5 million gold. You see that? And now we haven't even hit an 80% yet. 83%, 28 million gold. Look at that, 29 million, 30 million, 30 million, 31 million. That we haven't even hit a 90% yet. There we go. That is our very first 90% listed for 150 million. I believe that the 100% unleveled, they were selling for, the 100% were selling for like 700 million. You see this one here. If you have a leveled glyph, you do charge for that, because leveling glyphs is an expensive process. This is a 100% level 7. This is a perfectly rolled Garrus, already maxed out, posted for 900 million. I have no doubt that that will sell. There you go. A 98%, 7%, or level 7, 800 million. I have no doubt that any of these are going to sell at all. There's also keys for, there's also glyphs for things like Bifrost keys. So if I type in Bifrost, and we can do a search for that. There you go. Look at the Bifrost keys. Let's find an 80%, because again, 80% is probably like the lowest I would ever go on a glyph. There's a 79% Bifrost for the glyph at level 1 is 6.5 million. And you see that just escalates to like 10 million for the first one that's in the 80s, 9.5. Glyphs are a great source of income, while again, you're also farming the XP for your own glyphs at the same time. At the end of the glyph dungeon, you don't actually have to use the XP. You can just stockpile it up. And once you get a glyph that you actually want to put points into, or point levels into, then you can apply the XP. Okay, so you don't have to ever worry about like losing your XP. Some of the really good glyphs that are in the game right now. Again, Garrus is amazing. Satanic dice drop chance is great. Angel, it's not so great, but I mean, if you're in Hell 5, Angel's pretty good still, because you're probably just farming 3/3. All Father gives you increased drop chance on your angelic keys. You've got Bifrost, which is for Bifrost keys. You've got things like Shadow and Battle, which will help you find things like the Shadow Realm or the Eternal Battlefield. There's all kinds of stuff. Primeval you can use when farming boss parts from act bosses. You've got Artisan for jewel drops, and the Artisan also is what will increase your drop chance for orbs that are used to make codexes. So that's also something you can think about. Keymaster is a great one. This just increases your chance to find the dungeon keys, which again are decent money. Let me go ahead and show you that cheese that I used earlier. If I just pull that up right now, a smelly cheese right now, that one key is there's 300,000 gold, right? And you just get these keys by doing any type of content. Farming 3-3, you'll get a ton of these keys. So, you know, you can use these on any character. It doesn't matter. You can take them out whenever you need to. So when you're done with a glyph, you can sell it. You can move them around. You can do whatever you need to do. If you've got any further questions about glyphs or how they work or what to do with them, please feel free to ask in the comments below, and I will be sure to answer you as soon as possible. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great time in Herosiege. It is an amazing game.